Hello.
Hi.
We are here today with Mrs. Soraya Post, who is our beloved member of the European Parliament, who we would like to talk to her today about her wonderful and amazing work within the Parliament, but also about her experience as a Roma activist, and also hear about her future plans now that she will leave the European Parliament after 5 years of successful work. So, how are you, Soraya?
Isabella, hi. I am quite good. I must say I had 5 wonderful years during this mandate, and it has really been a pleasure to push for better understanding and better policies when it comes about the Roma people. You know, we are about 12-15 million excluded group in this European Union. And so I'm really happy that I was elected, that I managed to highlight the issue on the political agenda, and that I also got so much support from different political groups in the parliament. Of course I would do that. I am a Roma woman and have been a Roma activist for about 40 years. I'm not only a politician, Soraya is also a mother to 4 children and a grandmother to 9 grandchildren. And so I will start again to be a matriarch. So, and I will go back to my work as a human rights strategist in my region. So I worked also in the Foreign Affairs Committee, AFET, and in Droit. In Droit I became the coordinator for the group and managed to have a lot of resolutions.
Can you tell us a little bit about your work in the Parliament,
Yeah.
maybe, and how you managed to get through so many important resolutions and reports, like you are, as far as we were able to assess, the most active member of the European Parliament on the Roma issue, but not only, and we will go there as well, but on some of the Roma issues. How did you manage to put the issue forward to make it stay, and also be able to push for something as amazing as the resolution on anti-Gypsyism, your report on anti-Gypsyism as well, but also the report on the truth and reconciliation?
You know, when I was elected, I had already a strategy to be a member in a big group. Right. So I could have the support from a bigger group when I push for my policies, issues. Together with the Social Democrats, I got whatever I requested. And my strategy was to have a recognition of anti-Gypsyism, because I know as an activist how difficult it was for people who had powerful decisions. They didn't want to understand. They never wanted to recognize anti-Gypsyism. The Roma Holocaust was very important because you have to recognize also the history and see the link between the situation of Roma today and what the history have, what kind of impact the history has. So so it was successful in April 2015. We had the vote in the plenary about this resolution, which recognized anti-Gypsyism as a specific form of racism towards Roma, and recognizing also a Memorial Day for Roma Holocaust. And it was a huge majority,
yes.
But that created my platform, how
Right.
to go further
Right.
in the work. So,
How did you manage to get all those MEPs supporting you and supporting the issue?
I mean, I spoke with the coordinator for every political group. I did
All
a lot of contact and argue for my cause and why it is important. Until the morning of the voting, EPP wanted me to take away the word Holocaust.
I see.
And they wanted it to say genocide. And I said, no, then I don't do this resolution. Because why should it be a different definition for the Roma than for the rest of the victims? Yes. If you say Holocaust, everybody will know who the perpetrators are, during which time of history it is, and everybody will understand. So why should we speak about Roma genocide? Then we have to explain timing, perpetrators again. No, no way. So I was ready very hard. I said, okay, then we skip it.
Okay.
And then EPP got back to me and said, okay, we can admit, okay, we recognize it. Good. Otherwise we don't do it.
Would you say that there are some key elements to success?
Yes, my commitment and to be a good negotiator.
All right.
I was so sure, and my argument was that 100% right.
But then we know that apart from working on Roma issues, you work on all other minority issues, and you're also very active on the issues of fighting Islamophobia.
Yeah, because I am an anti-racistic feminist, and so that's why I started ARTI.
That's
the
it. Can you tell us a bit more?
Yeah, it was also very important, and that was, there is a competition because the different political groups, depending how big they are, have the right to put forward intergroups proposals.
Right.
And then in the end, all the groups have negotiations about which intergroups are we going to have this mandate. And I looked for support from S&D, which was the second biggest, which is the second biggest group, and managed to convince them that there should be an intergroup against racism, because there is a growing racism in Europe, in the world, I would say. And I got okay from them. So they pushed, during the negotiation between the different political groups, S&D, among other proposals, pushed for intergroup against racism. It has been one before, but it was like resting,
So you reactivated?
Yeah, it's not really that, because every new mandate, there is new proposals. You have to start the process. So it's not secured that let's say the intergroup existing today is not for sure that it will remain for next mandate. There are new discussions, on this. That was an important work, and to have also, to employ a person is important. An intergroup without an employed coordinator cannot function. And you also have to put money in it.
Yes.
So,
But you contributed also.
Yes, I did. And I employed one, I arranged an office, I paid a website, all this. And then we were six co-chairs who contributed to the salary of the coordinator. I must say I am very proud of more than one issue. The establishment of ARDI, the intergroup, the establishment of Roma Week, which have been now for 4 years and has been growing and growing. All different actors are so interested to have an event during the Roma Week. I mean, I speak about Commission, I speak about different European committees, UN, OSCE, everybody are very interested. So it has been growing. I'm proud of that, and of course I'm proud of my resolutions and reports on Roma issue, and the cooperation and relation towards Commission, but also FRA and the Court of Audits.
I would say that when you say that you're proud of all these many things, you should also be proud of the fact that you have facilitated increasing access of civil society in the Parliament. As you know, for many years, the European Parliament was a bit of a stranger for many of the Roma organizations. Thanks to you, it's not anymore. There are so many connections.
Yes, but it's so important because this is the heart of democracy in Europe. Yes. And it should be transparent, and it should be open to all the citizens. And NGO, they have the expertise. They should be involved in the work of creating policies. That was also one of my goals when I became a member, to open up this parliament, for the civil society. And also in files, budget files I've been working with, I have strongly put in the text more support for civil society, to strengthen the civil society is very important.
What do you think should be the most important legacy that both the European Parliament but also other actors like civil society and maybe the European Commission should take from your work. You have worked so strongly, so continuously on the post-2020 Roma strategy, right? And your whole work focused on making sure that whatever policy document will come from next year, anti-Gypsyism will be at its core, right? So that's why you developed this resolution and your report. But what are the most important elements of your legacy that you would like to be passed on to all those that you have worked with when it comes to Roma issues or anti-racism agenda or a feminist agenda that you are at the core of?
To have a horizontal focus on anti-gypsies in post-2020 is super important. To push for truth and reconciliations process and committee is super important. And to secure the MFF, the budget files I worked on during the trialogues is super important because they are important text. And also the fact that we pushed to have a link between ESF and ERDF, the structural fund, and the social fund. So far, the mistakes made was that the left hand didn't know what the right hand was doing, and so if they would like to have a successful progress for the Roma and for other people also, they should really understand if they are going to have a project on Roma issue. And also Erasmus. I mean, Erasmus Plus is should benefit young people who maybe are not that close to education and give them possibility to get higher education. How would they think that they could reach out to Roma people at rural areas? It has to be more available for so many others and to really reach out the group they are intended for. But for do that, you have to care. You cannot only write good text. You really have to care. And if you really care, you follow up.
We now have in these new parliaments 3 Roma MEPs. 2 of them have been re-elected. 1 is new from Slovakia, the Slovak Republic. Do you wish them anything in particular?
Yes, I wish them strength, commitment, and that they will be enough empowered and believe in themselves that what they request and demands are only rights that we have been deprived from. The Roma movement is on their feet now. I mean, we have politicians also at national level, at regional level, so it's just about time.
Right. One important thing, and we will conclude soon, it's on the Roma participation. And yesterday, in a different debate, I myself said that I wish anti-Gypsyism does not remain like an empty word. We should start to understand what anti-Gypsyism is and where it comes from, but how do we make sure that the non-Roma MEPs are aware of the issues belonging to Roma communities, if they have no contact with Roma communities, if they haven't worked on the issue? Isn't it also by allowing those Roma to teach, like your own example, being in the European Parliament, and open up the doors for many other Roma to come? Because you have been an important example in that sense. And now with MEP Romeo Franz and Peter Polak, we hope that they would open even more doors, and that that precedent that has been created will become like a culture within the European Parliament. And maybe in the next European elections we will not have just 3 Roma MEPs or 5% of minorities MEPs, and we will have more.
I hope so. I really hope so. Then I know then I will be very peaceful in my heart, I believe, because this is also one of my dreams, you know, to see, and that's why I tell everybody, yes, civil society is super good, but please go into politics, join political party, you know, because here are the decision taken. Yes. So I encourage more Roma youngsters to go into politics.
You shared already in the beginning some of your plans now, because I think everybody looks forward and it's very eager to know exactly what Soraya Post is going to be doing. Not necessarily from tomorrow, but let's say in a few months' time, and how they can engage with you as civil society or institutions. So where can they find you? How will they be able to find you?
I will keep being a loud activist, and my people, and of course non-Roma also, can always contact me if they need me when it comes to these issues, of course, when it comes to for respect for human rights, democracy, and also rule of law. And now the political development is going too much to the right and even extreme rights. So I think we are in a little bit of dangerous time. My love for the human race is very huge. I think that we as people, as human, if we can connect together, we can create a better society. And I think we have to crash the patriarchal capitalism. I hope that some of my friends, Roma, young, older, if they need me, if they have good ideas, let's go together and stand up for our rights. Because what we demand is not more, but also not less than other human beings on this planet. And I will ask all of you, please to taste what I'm telling you. There is only one race, human. There is only one religion, love. And there is only one world, or no world at all. Which means you have to take care of our planet. And that's what Greta Thunberg has started. And these are three truths I think is very important, and I learned them many, many years ago from a survivor from Holocaust, like 40 years ago.
Thank you. I think these are great words to end with. And I also like the fact that you said that barriers are there to be broken with love. Obviously, you have a lot of love from all of us, from the civil society.
Yeah.
And I think I speak on behalf of everyone, not just on behalf of the European Network Against Racism, when we say that we appreciate and we value, respect you, and we love you for all the work you have done, for all the doors you are able to open for us and for all minorities and racialized groups in Europe. I think you are an amazing role model, someone to follow, to learn from. I think there is a lot of lessons to learn from you.
I say, hasta la vista.
Thank you very much. See you soon.
Yeah.